we have to talk about Elon Musk and his takeover of Twitter, and the seeming chaos that seems to be going on over there. And actually, maybe I just want to start with the fact that it's all been public. And maybe the most amusing things to me are where Elon's like workshopping ideas on Twitter. Like the funniest thing to me was when he announced he's going to charge $20 for the blue tick, and then Stephen King tells him to bugger off, and Elon replies, "Well, how about $8?" Yeah, like, what is this? It's just hilarious.
Well, it is hilarious, but it's really nice to see, I guess what's going on in the Twitter boardroom is visible, it's transparent, it's the thinking of what's happening at Twitter. There aren't very many companies. I can't think of Coca-Cola, McDonald's, or any, General Motors or Ford broadcasting what they're thinking and workshopping their ideas for future, business strategies out in the open. It's bizarre, but I think, as we keep on saying, over the last 10 years with social media, we've just seen the world get weirder and weirder and weirder.
I should say the Elon actually fired the board. It's only him that's putting it out there.
And he's opening up items on the agenda to the whole Twitterverse. It's crazy.
What about, I thought it was one could argue that Twitter was bloated and wasn't being run well beforehand anyway, but laying off half the workforce, but then going back and realizing that he shouldn't have laid off some of them and saying, "Oh, do you mind coming back?" That seems a little ill-advised, perhaps, just as a standard HR practice.
Isn't that very Elon, though? Like, kind of got it right 60 or 70%, but maybe 30% of the idea wasn't that good. And look, we're talking about people's livelihoods here, so it can't be pleasant to be laid off and then asked to come back. But conversely, I can't imagine any large organisation that lays people off realising or then admitting that they made a mistake and asking people back. Elon really breaks the mould, I guess, a bit the way Trump did for politics, and he polarises. You either love him or hate him, or except for me, maybe I'm somewhere in the middle. But it's strange. It's new. We haven't seen this before, and it gets everyone talking, and that's what Twitter's all about.
Absolutely. I've heard commentary around Twitter's never been as entertaining as what it's being now. The other thing that I wanted to mention too was this idea of he's a billionaire, so he must be a genius. And I know that there's a line of thought out there about that. I think this maybe exposes a little bit of that out in the open, and maybe I don't know whether he's intentionally wanting to do that or not. It's a bit hard to tell with Elon whether he's as deliberate as what maybe it appears, or maybe it's not. It's probably somewhere murky in the middle, as you say. Like maybe he does have some intentionality behind what he's doing, but then like he's probably not thinking through everything in terms of consequence. And it's going to be fascinating to watch. I mean, he had that employee meeting where he suggested that Twitter could go bankrupt if things aren't done properly, and just openly told everyone about it. Then he told them all that they all have to work in the office unless they're exceptional. And it might be that other companies might have done it in a more long-winded way as part of what you would call a change process, and obfuscated it over like the course of a year, but then ended up in the same place. And he's just done it in the course of 2 weeks. And that's why it comes across as brutal as it does.
Yeah, well, look, you only have to go back and look at the history of Tesla, where he's done these sorts of things before. And he does, you've got to say, quite openly. So, once again, these are, quite serious topics, especially for the people involved. But, Elon keeps going. And as to whether or not he's a genius, who knows? He certainly has his own way of thinking. And that way of thinking is the Elon approach. And it's obviously successful. He's obviously got good business thinking, because he's made a success out of SpaceX, and he's made a success out of Tesla, and everyone said he wouldn't with those. So I'm sure he's going to make mistakes Twitter, but there's only one way to find out if he's successful, and that's time.
The other thing too, just finally, is that it's a different business. One could potentially see some correlation between Tesla and SpaceX. I don't know if the leap's there to a social media platform, because I think an entirely different set of dynamics are at play there, largely because of a massive user base that's using it as well.
Well, are you counting bots? Elon doesn't. Once again, I think he has a vision for what he thinks Twitter should be. He's a Twitter user. He loves it. And I think he's taking that vision there. Does it make it better or worse? I guess it depends which side of the fence you sit on. But I'm sure that it will have long-term effects on what Twitter looks like in 12 months and 3 years. And then the big question is how long will he hold on to Twitter for?